Morning everybody, welcome to the last day of March. Where did that go? Coming in to embrace April energy with some dragon oracle cards. See where we're going with this for the collective reading. What is the message going forward, coming in for the new month, new energy? Where are we going? Kuan Yin's pink dragon. So this is the color of compassion. So there's something here about what do we need to let go of and what do we need to embrace in ourselves. It's a very, very deep card because we often want to let go in life, but we often don't know how. And so sometimes you have to check in with yourself. How much do you actually want to let go? Because we can still have little fragments that are still attached to things that we think we want to let go of because it's hurting us. But there's some part of us that's still unresolved, keeps that invisible etheric cord to a memory, a situation or a person. And it is about a karmic rebalance, a karmic reset, which is where do I need to make adjustments in myself in order to overcome something, in order to be able to let go. So we've got fire dragon coming in here. This is burning off lower energies. Lower energies are the lower chakras. The lower chakras are our human chakras. The higher chakras are our soul chakras. So this is where our human trauma gets stuck, and this is where our higher self tries to process the stuckness so that eventually the chakras can open up, and they can all be cleared and cleansed. So we're uniting the soul as well as the human process. So it's a little bit of taking stock. Where am I at the moment in my process? Because as humans, we are always in a process of something, and it's always an outgrowing and always a releasing, a reflecting on the past. It's the soul that uses the upper head version of us to keep going, but we still have to tend to where we've been. We often try to forget, bypass, neglect, numb out the past. We can't. It's a huge part of our story, whether we like it or not, but it's how we relate to it going forward that matters. And that's where we have to process our emotions, because we can relate to things as if we're still stuck in it, which means we haven't worked through being able to let go, or we can relate to things as a memory with a reflection on an experience that we've had that no longer still has the same impact on us in the here and now that it did back then. Because if we don't do that work, and we don't work through these lower chakras that do tend to get quite blocked, it affects our happiness now. It affects the future, where we're going. Earth and water dragon, so creating a new foundation for growth. So this is combining different elements of self here. This is drawing in and drawing upon different parts of who you are. Sometimes we just come from one element, maybe the mind, and we disconnect to our feelings because it's uncomfortable, or we don't know how to connect to our feelings. We don't know how to name our feelings, and we certainly often don't know how to process our feelings. So it all gets pushed down, sits down in these lower areas. Stomach problems are a typical sign of that. So it's working with yourself on all the different parts of yourself, of mind, body, soul and emotion. Crystal yellow dragon, beautiful colours there. So these are grounding it again, those lower chakras. So if we go into the sacral and the solar plexus, which are the orange and yellow chakras, this is opens you to higher learning and wisdom, but only when we've dug deep. So as they say, as above, so below. The more we want to be free, the more we want to be liberated emotionally, physically, spiritually, the more we want to overcome, the more we want to let go, we have to dig deep first and then we go higher. If we won't go much beneath the surface and we stay superficial on our emotions, guess what we drag along with us, all of that, it's really hard to open up to our soulful self, our wisdom, our intuition, which is here to guide us. So it's like the reward, it's the carrot being dangled. The deeper you go, the freer you are. We can't eventually permanently avoid, we can't deny, we can't suppress forever. It will find ways to seep up and come back out. So green gold dragon from Sirius, multi-dimensional card here. This is bringing universal knowledge to your spiritual pathway. This is about opening up to higher information, higher wisdom, and you know, the biggest prophets, the biggest seers, the deepest people, they've done their work, maybe because they were forced to, they had no choice, or maybe they took the courage to do that path. That path is available to all of us. But you know, you look at what's going on in the world. If you want to be truly free, freedom is in here and in here, regardless of what's going on out there. And that is what we're all here to master. But it is, you have to look inward. And how much do we spend our life looking outward at what everybody else is doing? How much do we actually tend to ourselves? And it's a funny thing, because that's the only way for us to get where we need to be, is to go in in, not out, because when we've cleaned up all that clutter, outside is going to look beautiful no matter what's going on out there, and you can hold your own. So we've come back to the same card again, Crystal Yellow Dragon. I'm going to tune into this one for a moment to see what extra was there. I can feel that right in my solar plexus on the get-go. You are the owner of your own path. You are the owner of your own path. How many of you feel that you're obligated and obliged to circumstances outside of yourself, people, situations, which means that you feel like you are not in charge of your own destiny, you are not in charge of your own fate, you are not in charge of your life, that you're bound, so duty bound, being over dutiful. Fearful of financial stuff, so you're locked into jobs that you don't want to be in, locked into situations, relationships, connections, experiences, locations. Where has it gone wrong? Where is the loss of control over you, by you, gone? Where is that powerlessness coming? It's all happened. It's happened to me plenty of times. It happens, but at what point do we hit the reset button and go, hang on a minute, what's going on here? Where have I lost myself? Where have I lost connection to myself? Because my higher self will always get me where I need to go. But first we have to do the work. So it's like, that's the bit that people fear to go, but there's a huge reward at the end of that that is so worth it. You get you back. And last one, Rose Pink Dragon. So compassion, there we are. This is connecting your hearts, your two heart chakras, to the infinite, the unknown, what is available up there to all of us. Higher guidance, hidden guidance, deep guidance. Being open to that. We still live in a world that can be so disconnected to our own spirit, our own soul, that suppresses it. Don't lose yourself in that. Don't lose yourself in what everybody else is doing or what you think you have to be. Find you. It's a beautiful, very enduring journey of your own self-love, and it is always marked by courage, and we all have that courage in us, even if we have to dig deep. Hope you have a lovely Tuesday, everybody, and take care.